What is up, everyone? Ryan Ray here, Outpost 23, and for Godzilla vs. Kong this week, I'm going to try to review a handful of those films on the channel. So if you could, like, comment, subscribe, mainly subscribe and like, but comment as well. We appreciate that. Even if you don't enjoy it, it's free. Who cares? So today we're going to do King Kong 2005 edition, which was directed by Peter Jackson. Somehow I missed this when it came out. I don't know where I was in the world, under a rock, I suppose. And I regret that decision. This is a beautiful film. Like, it is spectacular. It is a runtime of 3 hours and 7 minutes. It's a tad bit on the long side, and at times it does drag a bit. But for the most part, it is a spectacular movie that goes back into, it's set in the, what years is it set in? The 20s, the 30s? It is set in, it's set back in the 20s or the 30s. I don't know off the top of the head. But it is beautifully shot. And there's a few spots where the CGI with the dinosaurs and the Kong and the backdrop, it's a little shaky. But other than that, everything about this film, the color, the costumes, everything about it looks so authentic for that era, that pre-World War II era, based upon the helmets the soldiers were wearing. I would say it's post-World War One. Maybe it's 33. Maybe it's a shot 33. Maybe that's because that's when Kong came out. Maybe that's what throwback is. Probably, if I had to guess. But it's pre-World War II. It doesn't matter. It looks like that time period of American history. If you open up a history book, you go, yes, this is what's going on here. A couple of things that stood out to me. One, Jack Black's performance I thought was fantastic. He plays the kind of director who's going for fame. He's conniving. He's not a true bad guy in the sense of he will kill you, but he's the bad guy in the sense that he will let you get killed. He's not necessarily concerned about your health or safety. He's concerned about getting the shot. And that's the first half of the movie. That's really, maybe longer, that's really what's going on is Jack Black's trying to film this movie. They're trying to go to Skull Island, not because they understand what's there, because they don't know what's there, actually. And that's his character. And he does a great job of doing that. He's always consistent with that narrative. And once his camera is destroyed, then the shift goes from, well, I can't make a film to let's make an exhibition. And so that's where you see kind of the trend there. And Black's character, I think, is consistent and well done throughout the entire movie. I thought his performance was fantastic. I don't know how many Jack Black movies I've seen, not many. So to see him in this kind of role is good. It's good, refreshing. Naomi Watts plays Ann Darrow, I think they say her name, and what they call her, the blonde girl the blonde girl that Kong falls in love with or has an attraction to or connection with, whatever you want to call that. She plays it well as good as well. And all the characters, it has a really good cast. I mean, you got Jack Black, Naomi Watts, Colin Hanks. I'm trying to see here. There's one other character that stood out, Kyle Chandler, who later on becomes a little bit more famous for his role in Bloodline and other things. It's a solid cast. It's a solid shot film. Everything about it works, I think. Again, it may be a tad bit long. Other than that, though, I'm going to do Kong Skull Island probably tomorrow or later today or whenever. It's a contrast. So this Kong movie is primarily about the characters outside of Kong, right? So it's about these characters. This is their story, and this is their interaction with King Kong. Okay, so that's kind of the progression of the film. It works. It really does work. Kong Skull Island, which we'll talk about tomorrow, is about the characters are kind of there, but it's more about Kong smashing stuff. That's kind of more of what it's about. And that works too. So I think when you're in the Kong, Godzilla kind of universe, it's what are we trying to accomplish here? What is the impetus? Is it to tell the story of these people, or is it to follow Kong tearing up stuff? Both can work. Both are fine. And this movie does not try to mix that. Like when Kong needs to be there and he's present and he's fighting, and he's doing the thing he needs to do, it works. When he's not there, there's enough story, there's enough plot lines that they've woven into the story that it works. And so it's not it's about the straight line plot. It's kind of from A to B. It's not necessarily as straight as that because the characters do can come with obstacles and things that you don't expect unless you're in the King Kong universe. Then you kind of know they're coming. But there's little side plots, little tangents, little things. Each character kind of has their own little arc that they're working towards. And all those things work out pretty well for the most part. Most of them are tied up at the end, I think. And it works out great. It's a beautiful film. I loved it. It's rated on IMDb at 7.2. I'm going to give that a underrated. I think it's closer to an 8. It was can't speak now. It was a great film. Highly encourage you to watch it. I picked it up on Amazon Prime. I think it's on Hulu Premium. Anyways, if you're getting ready for King Kong versus Godzilla, you need to go watch this. It's 3 hours, but you will thank me for it later.